Hello everyone. For those of you who think that the only thing I do in my life is exercise, today I'm doing something different. I'm in the lab and I would just want to show you some of the work that we do here. And for that, I have two students here. One is Daniel and the other one is Mate. So Daniel, tell us a little bit about what you are studying, what you're doing.
So right now, one of the projects that I'm working on looks at the effects of the ketogenic diet on skeletal muscle metabolism. And that includes the metabolism of fat, carb, as well as ketones. So one of the experiments that I'm currently working on is measuring the protein contents of different targets involved in metabolism. One of these is PGC1 alpha. It's the master regulator for mitochondrial biogenesis. And with more mitochondria, we expect to have more fat oxidation. So the tissue I'm looking at is the soleus. It's one of the more oxidative skeletal muscles that we look at. And we have three conditions. So a standard chow or control group, a high fat sucrose obesogenic diet, or a ketogenic diet group. And from what we can tell from our Western blot data is that from the standard chow to high fat sucrose group, there's not much of a difference in PGC1 alpha protein content, but the ketogenic diet seems to increase protein content of PGC1 alpha pretty consistently.
So you would say that this is a way that the body is actually adapting to use more fat as opposed to using sugar.
Absolutely, it's increasing its fat oxidizing capacity, at least in this skeletal muscle.
Okay, so and you have three different muscles. You have soleus, you have EDL, and epitrochlearis. So they have different distributions of fiber types.
That's
so
right.
one's highly oxidative, the other one is mixed
Yep.
with fiber type 1 and type 2 fibers.
Yep.
And the epitrochlearis muscle is a typical example of a
Glycolytic.
highly glycolytic muscle with type 2A and B fibers more so.
Yeah.
Okay, good, very interesting. And the animals that you use for this, they have already been fed for how long?
They're fed for 4 months or 16 weeks.
Okay, so we look forward to the results because it sounds very, very interesting.
Yeah, so do I.
Now, Mateo, what about you? What is your project about?
Yeah, hi, my name is Mateo, and so my project is also looking at the effect of ketogenic diet. We're looking at the effect on specific proteins in the kidney. Specifically at the moment, we're looking at, or I'm looking at SGLT2, which is one of the members of the sodium glucose transport protein family, and it's responsible for a few things in the body, including regulating water balance, but also has an effect on glucose reabsorption in the kidney. And so we're hoping that with a ketogenic diet, we're going to see a decrease in the expression of this protein, and hopefully this can have positive effects on overall glucose metabolism in the body.
Okay, and the idea why we started doing this is because we know that when you put people on a ketogenic diet, they reduce blood pressure and they also reduce a lot glycemia or glucose levels in the blood. Mm-hmm. So it's one of the natural ways of looking at this would be, our hypothesis was, okay, let's look at the proteins that actually regulate in the kidney, how sugar is reabsorbed or how sugar is eliminated, and at the same time that it also affects the water balance in your body.
Exactly.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
We look forward to the results.